Hello everyone and welcome back. So today we'll be finishing our daisy edit. Only two transitions are left. We'll be making this opacity zoom in and split slide transitions today. I already showed a way of making opacity zoom in. So that was a fast transition and that was like kind of a pop-up effect. And this one is better than that in my opinion. So here is our marker and the two clips, they do overlap each other. Now the duration is like 10 frames total. We'll begin by creating a null object. The shortcut for that is CTRL+ALT+Y. Reduce the duration of it. Press S on your keyboard and scale this clip down to around like 60 and apply the motion type. I have already done that. So this is the motion type. Now we'll first make the opacity. Make 2 keyframes and bring it from 0 to 100 like this. So opacity is done. Now press S for your null object and select both the clips. Go to the first, like the beginning of transition, and use this pick whip tool to parent both the clips to the null. Now start making keyframes like this. Now we have our keyframe and scale the clip so that it fits. To get a better view, we'll just turn off the motion type so that we know when the clip is fit. I think 167 will work. Yes. Turn back on motion type. Motion blur is already on. Now we need to select all the keyframes, F9, and just grab them. Here is our transition. So in this one, both the clips will move together. While if you remember the previous, I'll just show you the previous transition that we made. It's here. So this was just a pop-up effect. Only one clip was moving. You can easily see the difference. So in my opinion, this one looks better, but that one is good for fast transitions and fast beats. So you can use both. That was it for the opacity zoom. Very fast, quick and fast transition. Easy to make also. Now we'll move towards the more complex transition. I love to use it quite often. It's the split slide transition. I will make it over here. So I once used this mask down transition from the last video. And then I'll create a split slide. So make sure both the clips overlap and the transition duration will be 10 frames. So for the first beat, we need 2 fast beats for this transition. Firstly, we'll split the clip into 2 parts and then we will slide them both on each beat. So 10 frames duration will be for the first slide and then 10 frames will be for the second slide. Now we'll first cut the clip. Now we don't need to touch this clip. We'll make it on these two. So first what we need to do is, I have named this as the top. First let me just duplicate, Ctrl+D to duplicate. Now we'll make 2 parts from this. So if this is the top, then this will be the bottom. And since it's the first clip, so I'll just give the name top 1 and bottom 1. Okay, so now moving on to the second clip, Ctrl+D to duplicate. This will be top 2 and this will be bottom 2. Now we'll need to actually crop these clips. So this is the top one. Go to effects and presets and search for crop edges. Okay, so now I have added all the crop edges to all the clips. Now I'll just turn on this top one. And now what we need to do is, so for this clip, it will be the top part. We need to crop it. So remove bottom, left and right. These 3 crop. Now make it 50%. If you see only this layer, the only top 50% of the clip is visible. Do the same with second one. So this is the bottom. What you need to do is remove the top, left and right crops and just make the amount per edge 50. Now what we have here is only the bottom part and the top part. Okay, so we have done this. Now we'll make slides. Let's arrange the clips again. So firstly we need top two to be below this and bottom will be like this. Okay, now one more thing. So the bottom clip will be visible after the first transition is over. So we can reduce the sides like this. Bottom second clip. Press P, make keyframes. Distance will be 10 frames apart. Move it by 1080. So this will be minus 540. See, it's sliding to the left. Now we'll give the same motion to this top two clip. Okay, so make the same keyframes in the second clip, and now we'll eliminate. So this will come from the right side. So it will be 540 plus 1080. Select all the keyframes, press F9, make it a fast graph. You can adjust your graph. Let's preview it. Looks good to me. Motion blur is on the both clips. I'll do same for the second part. Press P, make the keyframes, and do the just opposite. So this will go to the right. So we'll make it 540 plus 1080, which will be 1620, and just opposite for the second. This will come from 540 minus 1080, that is minus 540. We need to graph it. Press F9, go to the graph, make it a fast graph. Now let's see what have we done. Now one thing I'd like to mention here is use this transition only when you know that the beats are close enough. So if there is a lot of gap between these two beats, it will not look good. So past two beats, use the split slide, it will look good. Now there is nothing left in this edit is complete. I have used just one more zoom in transition, that using null object. It's the same transition that we discussed today. Now in the next video, I'll do the color correction. Thank you. See you in the next.